Good afternoon. Unit 2 Orthogonal Frequency Division Multiplexing. In telecommunication, the orthogonal frequency division multiplexing, that means OFDM, it is a type of digital transmission and a method of encoding digital data on multiple carrier frequencies. So, OFDM has developed into OFDM has developed into a popular scheme for wideband digital communication, which is used in applications such as digital television and audio broadcasting, DSL internet access, wireless network, power line network, and 4G 5G mobile communication. So, what is OFDM? OFDM is a combination of modulation and multiplexing. The orthogonal frequency division multiplexing, that is OFDM, it is a method of encoding a digital data on multiple carrier frequencies. So, OFDM is a frequency division multiplexing, that is FDM scheme, which is used as a digital multi-carrier modulation method. A large number of closely spaced orthogonal subcarrier signal are used to carry the data on a several parallel data stream or channel. So each subcarrier is modulated with a conventional modulation scheme such as a quadrature amplitude modulation or a phase shift keying at a low symbol rate. So OFDM, that is it is a frequency division multiplexing scheme which is introduced by Robert Chang of Bell Labs in 1966. Now in OFDM, the multiple closely spaced orthogonal subcarrier signal with overlapping spectra are transmitted to carry the data in parallel, and the demodulation is based on a fast Fourier transform, that is FFT algorithm. So a OFDM was improved by Weinstein and Ebert in 1971 with the introduction of the guard interval, which provides a better orthogonality in transmission channel affected by a multipath propagation. So a data is transmitted in parallel on a multiple carrier that overlap in frequency. Although the sideband from each carrier overlap, they can still be received without the interference because they are orthogonal to each other. So here OFDM spectrum versus conventional FDM spectrum is shown. The first diagram shows the OFDM spectrum and the second is the conventional FDM spectrum. Now, how before going to its working, mm, the main advantage of this OFDM is that over a single carrier scheme is its ability to cope with a severe channel conditions without the need of complex equalization filter. So now how OFDM works? In OFDM, the subcarrier frequencies are chosen so that the subcarriers are orthogonal to each other. So meaning that the crosstalk between the subchannel is eliminated and intercarrier guard bands are not required. So this greatly simplifies the design of both the transmitter and the receiver. Unlike the conventional FDM, a separate filter for each subchannel is not required. So orthogonality requires that the subcarrier spacing is f is equal to k by tu hertz, where tu second it is useful duration, that is the receiver side window side, and k is what, it is a positive integer which is equal to typically which is equal to 1. So with n subcarrier, the total passband bandwidth will be b is equal to n into delta f, which is in hertz. Next is idealized system model transmitter. So before going to this, the OFDM working. So the working principle of OFDM is that the OFDM is a specialized FDM having the constraint that substream in which the main signal is divided and are orthogonal to each other. So orthogonal signals are the signals that are perpendicular to each other, and a main property of orthogonal signal is that they do not interfere with each other. The signal do not interfere with each other. So when any signal is modulated by the sender, its sidebands spread out either side, and a receiver can successfully demodulate the data only if it receives the whole signal. Now, in case of FDM, the guard bands are inserted so that the interference between the signal resulting in crosstalk does not occur. However, since the orthogonal signals are used in OFDM, no interference occur between the signals even if their sidebands overlap. So the guard band can be removed, thus saving bandwidth. And the criteria that needs to be maintained is that the carrier spacing should be equal to the reciprocal of the symbol period. So, in order that OFDM work, there should be a very accurate synchronization between the communicating nodes. If the frequency deviation occur in the substreams, they will not be orthogonal anymore, due to which the interference between the signal will occur. So the diagram plot FDM versus OFDM to depict the saving in the bandwidth obtained. That is the sorry. In the previous slide, we have seen the diagram of FDM spectrum and the OFDM spectrum. Now the OFDM can be used in the area like Wi-Fi, DSL internet access, 4G wireless communications, digital television, radio, broadcast. So these are the area where FDM can be used. So in data communication and networking, the orthogonal frequency division multiplexing, it is the method of digital data modulation, where a single stream of data is divided into a several separate substream for transmission via a multiple channels. So OFDM uses the principle of frequency division multiplexing, that is FDM, where the available bandwidth is divided into a set of substream having a separate frequency band. So OFDM was introduced in 1966 by So orthogonal frequency division multiplexing, it is a form of single modulation which that divide a high data rate modulating stream, placing them onto a many slowly modulated narrow band close spaced subcarrier, and in this way it is a less sensitive to frequency selective fading. OFDM modulation The OFDM, it is a modulation technique which is used in several applications, which is ranging from the cellular system like 3G LTE, WiMAX, wireless local area network, that is LAN, digital audio radio, underwater communication, and even optical light modulation. So in OFDM, the signal itself is first split into independent channel. Okay, in OFDM, the signal itself is first split into independent channel modulated by a data and then remultiplexed to create the OFDM carrier. So OFDM is a special case of frequency division multiplex, and as an analogy, the FDM channel is like a water flow out of flow set. In contrast, the OFDM signal is like a shower. The main advantage of this of OFDM is that over a single carrier scheme is that its ability to cope with a several channel conditions. For example, attenuation of high frequency in long copper wire narrowband interference and a frequency selective fading due to a multipath. So without the need for a complex equalization filter. OFDMA, it is a multi-user version of OFDMA. It is multi-user version of OFDM, enabling the concurrent AP communication, that is uplink and downlink with a multiple clients by assigning a subset of subcarrier which is called as resource unit, that is RU, to the individual client. Also, in an OFDM system, on the other hand, the channel actually overlap. As a result, it is possible to maximize the symbol rate and thus throughout for a given bandwidth. Now, how OFDM is actually implemented? As the OFDM is a multi-carrier system where data bits are encoded to a multiple subcarrier while being sent simultaneously, and this results in optimal usage of bandwidth. So, a set of orthogonal subcarrier together form the OFDM symbol. Also, what problem does OFDM solve? So, by slicing the spectrum, the OFDM not only made it easier to equalize the wireless channel, but also made it possible to send a different modulation signal on a different subcarrier. Now there is a difference between the OFDMA and OFDM. So OFDMA stands for the orthogonal frequency division multiplexing access, and it is an extension of OFDM. The difference is that the OFDMA is a multi-user where OFDM is a single user. Okay, OFDMA is multi-user and OFDM is single user, and it has 3 times higher throughput than a single user OFDM for short packets of data or multiple endpoints. Now, what is OFDM in networking? The OFDM, that is orthogonal frequency division multiplexing, is a digital multi-carrier modulation scheme which extends the concept of single subcarrier modulation by using a multiple subcarrier within the same single channel. So, the basic principle of OFDM is to split a high rate data stream into a number of lower rate streams that are transmitted simultaneously over a number of subcarriers. Now, because the symbol duration increase for a lower rate parallel subcarrier, the relative amount of dispersion in time caused by a multipath delay spread is decreased. The intersymbol interference is eliminated almost completely by introducing a guard time in every OFDM symbol. So, in the guard time, the symbol is cyclically extended to avoid intercarrier interference. In OFDM design, a number of parameters are up for the consideration, such as the number of subcarrier, guard time, symbol duration, subcarrier spacing, modulation type per subcarrier. The choice of parameter is influenced by a system requirement such as available bandwidth, required bit rate, tolerable delay spread, and a Doppler values. So some requirements are conflicting, but for instance, to get a good delay spread tolerance, a large number of subcarriers with a small subcarrier spacing is desirable, but the opposite is true for a good tolerance against the Doppler spread and a phase noise. As it is a specialized FDM method with additional constraint that all subcarrier signal with a communication channel are orthogonal to one another. So in this way the FDM works. Thank you.